long story short, I made a lot of money. Like, I would brag about how much money I'm making, except...
When was I making money? I don't even know who this is. I wasn't even making money then. What the fuck is happening? I was making no money.
Then I don't want that to hurt.
I guess I was making some money through some merch deal I had. I don't know. I can't even keep track. I'm like, I was bragging about making money when I wasn't making money. Does that make any sense?
It makes no sense. No, you should never brag about making money when you're not making money.
I'm watching this last night. I'm like, I wasn't even making money then. And I was bragging that I was making money.
Everything's relative. Maybe back then the economy was so good that even a little bit of money seemed like a lot of money.
Page 43. In conclusion, I'm out of the Kevin Brennan business, as everyone else should be too. Page 43, and now he's on the show.
Things change, Kevin. I'm not in your business, but it doesn't mean we can't chit chat, wish each other Merry Christmas and happy
holiday spirit.
Happy holidays, Happy New Year.
Holy shit! I can't believe Cumia's here. Give me your take on everything.
On everything, I gotta start from where?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, I have I have no idea where to start with you.
I like the whole thing, the whole picture, the Dabbleverse thing, the Stuttering John thing. He's leaving. Today's his last show. Tomorrow's his last show. I don't know what it is. All of the people in the Dabbleverse. I think here's why I'm on your show. I'm not into the infighting in the Dabbleverse. I'm just into the constant shitting on Stuttering John. That's been my motivation the whole time.
Okay, so I don't want to rub you the wrong way here,
you
but
can say anything, Kevin. I heard you saying don't bring up old stuff or don't bring up this. Just talk about what I don't give a fuck. At my age, don't care what anyone says, or I'll answer or talk about or just tell you to go fuck yourself about anything.
Okay, I understand that you might appreciate going after Stuttering John and everything and the Shuli show, but do you understand Shuli does like a show about him every day, sometimes 2 or 3 a day about Stuttering John? That would be the equivalent of you. Everybody loves when you talk about Opie, and you'll admit that. Your numbers go up, everybody's numbers go up when you talk about Opie. Imagine if you talked about Opie every day. I mean, how insane that would be. How like illogical in your brain that would be to you to do a show about him every fucking day, even though you do great numbers.
It would cut into my talking about black people every day, so I couldn't possibly do that.
So wait, did you lose your channel, or are you just on suspension?
No, I'm suspended from live broadcasting for a week.
I got the whole catalog permanently suspended.
Yes, because I talked about guns and I showed a gun on a live stream, which I will not do. But yeah, I showed one. Apparently, you could show a recording of you holding a gun, but you can't live stream yourself holding a gun. And they took me off for a week
because they think that you'll use it on your person.
They probably are a little leery about that. You might shoot someone or shoot yourself. So, they change the rules all the time. It's a week. It kind of was a good excuse for me to figure out Rumble and get that up and running. So whatever, it doesn't matter to me. I got like my show. All the streams are kind of fun, and I don't do them on a regular basis. So it's not like, you're killing me or anything. But yeah, it was kind of a typical YouTube scummy move.
Yeah, they're weird. I mean, listen, it's weird because there's no set rules. And I've said before, I don't have guns and stuff, but the guns are protected in the Second Amendment. So the fact that you can't put it on a fucking stream is insane, because I mean, we had a guy, Mr. Kill Everything. He was on my show one time, and they said he was waving a gun at one point, and I didn't get in any trouble because it was Saturday night late, and so I don't really know. I didn't really recognize him doing that, but people are like, you better take the show down, blah blah blah. But then Chad, your pal Chad, just lost his Patreon completely without warning. They just wiped him off the fucking place, the face of the earth, which is insane that they just take your channel away with no warning.
They must have something in the terms of service that says you must have some talent whatsoever.
That's why whenever somebody makes a joke, we say he picked up a pen, because that idiot Ray DeVito, he's always telling everybody to pick up a pen. Yeah, but the fact that they don't warn you, or they don't say, and then the thing with all these terms of services, they make it so vague that they can take down anybody's channel at any fucking time.
That's the whole object of it. They want to be able to do that if they don't like something. But they don't really have a reason to take it down. Now they just have a blanket thing. They could take it down. And there's no one to get in touch with. Like, you can't write to the guy and say, hey, could we really look into this? And maybe you guys made a mistake. There's no accountability by them. So you're just kind of fucked.
Yeah, that's what they have a sweet deal. Like, you can't complain to anybody. Whenever I complain to YouTube about, like, sometimes I'll go to the help section, and I'll be like, hey, you guys are robbing me blind with Super Chat money. And then, I'll get the same answer. And then I'll ask them the same question. Are you a real person? Because I would at least know if they're a real person that I'm talking to in a chat. So you start to go crazy. Like, every time I go to Target or one of these stores where they have like a customer service, like a return section, you like envy that for that you can actually talk to someone face to face, even though they're usually but even if they say no, at least you have your say. Yeah, it's all AI now. Like, everything is AI. You talk to or chat with a platform like YouTube or Patreon or something. You're not talking to a real person. It's an algorithm. It's just some thing that answers you back and keeps the conversation going until you just get tired of it and stop. Right, because you don't get any satisfactory answers, because they just give you like some. Even when they give you an answer, they'll send you like a link, and then they'll say, "Are you satisfied with this?" And you're like, "No fucking way," I'm
not. But what are you going to do about it?
But then you get some other fucking some other bot who's higher up on the bot scale, and senior bot. I mean, it's insane. All right, what's your other takes? Give us a bunch of takes.
First of all, I got to ask you are you good with Levy now? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know. Like, Levy's an idiot. So like he's like Ray DeVito to the second or third power. So he's doing a Friday. He was doing a 24-hour stream. Okay, so I did a show. I knew about it, so I did a show in the afternoon. It was Chad's birthday, so we did kind of a long show. Chad turned 50, so then we'd do a long show. So then Bob's at, like, I guess he started 10 in the morning. So at about 11 p.m., he's like 12, 13 hours in. I text him, I go, and Bob's like, I'm gonna stop. So I go, Bob, I'll help you. I'll jump on your show and we can rat-tat-tat for a little while. Basically, it's like, I'll help him out. The guy's struggling. He's already done 12, 13 hours. So then I tell Leo Gunn, because Bob, I didn't want a Bob show. I chatted Bob, send me the link. And Bob goes, that's not the real him. It was. So then I call him, then I text him, then I send him a super chat. Bob, send me the link. Then I have Leo Gunn send him a super chat. And then he's like, it's not him. And then the next day, he texts me back, oh, I didn't see it. So it's like idiocy. Like, he didn't see it on his phone, which is like what chicks say, right? When you text
that's the
chick and you want her to come over, and then she's like, oh, I didn't see your text. It's like, you're a cunt. And then
I had you over in a second.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't know you were driving around my house stalking me. So then Bob texts me the next day, oh, I didn't see it. And then he goes live, I guess, sometime in the afternoon, and he's like, then he sends me the link. I'm like, no, Bob, we're not doing it when it's good for you. We're going to do it when it's good for me. But it's just like these idiots where they play dumb. And Bob is dumb, to be fair. But they play dumb, and then you're supposed to kind of like, you're supposed to like be understanding of like, yeah, Bob probably didn't see my text. He didn't see my phone call, and he didn't see the super chats. And he did. I was basically trying to help him out because I figured, maybe I'd do another 3-4 hours, and it would
Why
be
would he not want you on?
Because he's an idiot. So I figured we'd do another 3-4 hours. It'd be funny, and Bob's trying to hang out for dear life. I come in with, fresh energy.
Yeah.
It's like a relay race, you hand
like
it over to me.
The old telethons. Sometimes Jerry had to go to sleep, and they'd bring like Tony Orlando out.
McMahon,
he would take over with his energy, and it's old school.
So I don't know. So you get exhausted from these fucking idiots. You've dealt with them.
Oh yes, I've dealt with many idiots during my my tenure over at Compound, and since then. Before we even get further, you asked me about Shuli and his thing with Stuttering John, like every day and a couple of shows a day and everything. He's getting a lot of people that watch. He makes a lot in super chats, and it's not just like, here's the thing about Uncle Rico and why I go on there and I have fun every time I go on. They don't just go, oh, let's just rag on John. It's very organized. Like, they put together these things that are entertaining. They're edited. They have like sound effects and clips and games. So it's like a whole thing. It does revolve around what an idiot John is, but it's different than if somebody's just, wow, that John's really fucking piece of shit or an asshole. So it's entertaining.
No, I got that part.
I got that part.
No, because even when you're saying I was watching a clip earlier, even when you're saying how hilarious Shuli is, you're talking about how it was edited. Anyway, I don't like Shuli, and your girlfriend doesn't either. So we stand together. Oh,
because of the Jewish angle. Yeah.
Is that a character she's working on, or she really doesn't like Jews?
I don't think so. Last night we were all in a group playing Call of Duty, and Missy was trying to get Shuli in a boxcar. It's not even part of the game. She wanted him not playing the game and shipped off to some thing. Good
for her.
Yeah. I love it. All right, and then there's the other, like, what problem do you have with, like, besides all the past shit, Gino? Now, Gino, Gino is a good friend of mine. I love him. I hang out when I'm up in New York.
Any friend of yours is a friend of mine, Anthony.
Who is?
And I said, any friend of yours is a friend of mine.
Oh, an enemy of yours and mine is an enemy of theirs.
Me casa is you casa, whatever the fuck they say.
Oh, I love it.
No, listen, man. I'm enjoying Gino's downfall. I think it's terrific. Like, you like Uncle Rico. I enjoy Gino's downfall as much as you like Uncle Rico. Like, it's fun to watch.
You think he's going through a downward spiral, or
a bit? Did you see his clip? I think I had it. Gino's clip from his show last night. He's talking about COVID and the vaccine.
Yeah, that's been one of Gino's big things that he does.
4 years ago.
It was
when we talk about the polio vaccine. Holy fuck! It's a rearview mirror at this point. People clapping, and it's like, it's the same people there. Whatever.
It's sort of I don't know. COVID, the whole thing is sort of a metaphor for government overreach and stuff. So you could look at it in retrospect, but it kind of is a reflection of what's happening now in government. Did he say that? I hope he said.
No, he didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Then he's just looking in the rearview mirror.
I didn't say any of that. He's a fucking idiot. I thought I had a thing. No, I know it's on my Twitter anyway, but it doesn't matter. No, Gino's. Listen, I don't want to talk. You don't have to go into personal stuff, but the wedding was fine and everything.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah. They got married. They seem like what is it now? 90% of all marriages fail. I don't even know.
I don't
know. But hey, mine didn't make it. So who am I to fucking say? But I think they're a lovely couple, and I think they'll grow old together. Him much sooner than her.
First of all, when you said yours didn't make it, yours was doomed from the start. First of all, you got married when you were nothing, and then you got more successful, and she couldn't handle it, right?
Yeah. That bitch, she couldn't handle me wanting to have sex with other women.
No, but seriously, women think they're so cool, but they're not. They always think like they want you to be successful, but not too successful, because they might lose you or whatever.
Yes, that's exactly it. They see a guy and they're like, oh, that success is like an aphrodisiac to them. They love it. And then you hit a point and they're like, oh, I don't like this at all. You're staying home, you're doing this. And it becomes detrimental to your road to further success. They're trying to hold you back.
Trying to make you fucking miserable. You're like killing in a radio, and now she's trying to fucking make you miserable, which is not good for your career. It's not good for anything, just because she's threatened by your success.
She was helping my career by falling down off of a bar stool while my general manager and program director was standing right there. That was a fun moment to have to laugh like, she's like that. So embarrassed.
Who's this dumb? Oh, that's my wife.
Yeah. Oh, it was so embarrassing. And then during the divorce, they want money from the success that you got. Even though she was fucking things up, I still transcended and made a lot of money.
She didn't.
And then she wants some.
She didn't write a lot of bits for you, did she?
No. I
mean, like how they want credit for your success.
All of them.
How dare you? All right, we got to do some super chats because they're coming in fast.
Oh, sure. Let her rip.
If we make a little money over here, too.
I like it.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
Oh, for the envelope boss. Yeah, the envelope. I like that. I'm in the KB business. Fuck Shuli. No. See, I'm not going to read fuck Shuli tweets. He's a dear friend of mine. $100?
Well, you think it's fake? Remember, I thought we were laundering money.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a week's pay at Compound for you. You made it in a minute.
Where it all started. Yeah, I mean, I think you missed the point of it. All started. Me complaining about the $100 a week was because that was when Gino was doxing me, and I was like, I'm like, wait, you guys expect me to get doxed by Gino for $100 a week? It's one thing if I'm making a lot of money, and it's part of the give and take of making a lot of money,
right?
Gino's gonna dox me, whatever. But I was doing it for $100 a week. I was like, fuck this.
And in a brilliant turnaround, because Gino doxed you, you turned around and doxed me.
No, what happened was I threatened to dox you, and I never did. But then
you put my number, you put my phone number out there.
No, I didn't.
But I
made somebody do it.
Oh, okay. You extorted somebody into doxing me.
Yes, because I never did it, but somebody was Ray DeVito, that fucking literally a fucking idiot. Right. He was getting doxed by Gino.
Yeah.
So I told Ray, I said, the way you stop it is dox Cumia.
Ah.
And I said, and he's like, he was afraid to. I said, well, I'm not paying you unless you do it.
So literally extorted him.
Right.
Nice. No, it didn't do anything. I got a few.
Yeah, plus, everyone.
I don't pick up calls from my family. I'm not going to pick up
me neither.
Unknown call from West Virginia.
I know who picks up their phone anyway.
No one. Like mental patients pick their phones up when they ring.
Yeah, then I would get texts, and then you just block them, so it doesn't even matter,
It's not like the old day. You're sitting at home, and you ring, the phone rings.
Everybody runs to the phone.
Everyone runs. It's some guy pranking you because you were doxxed. That didn't happen back then. It just rang, and then if somebody kept calling you and pranking you, take it off the hook
right,
for a little while.
Right, but that's why John's such a piece of shit, because he gets his mom.
Yes.
He gets his mom on the down. Hold on.
His mom has to answer.
Text. I'm going to
answer the phone, Gino. Answer the door from when they send him beer and pizza. And then I heard him. He was bitching that his mom has to wear a warm microwaved pillow around her neck because she hurt herself. She fell down answering the door for a delivery that was sent to John's house by somebody, and John blamed the people for delivering shit to his house. How about you answer your own fucking door and don't let your 87-year-old mother run up and downstairs to get a door? But he blamed the people. If you didn't live at your mother's fucking house like a loser, then your mother wouldn't be answering your fucking deliveries and phone calls.
Yeah, also he puts his mom on the show. Have you ever seen my mom on my show?
Never.
Okay, so John puts his mom on the show, and then he complains that people like call her or whatever. He's a piece of shit. Also, I said all he has to get is he could get his green screen sent to his mom's house, and nobody would even know where he is. But he's such a fucking piece of shit. He does the same thing with his kids, where he puts his kids on Twitter, and then people make comments, and then he's like, "Oh, you guys went after my kids." No, you put them on your show, just like my mom and my kids aren't on my show. Neither is my wife. I mean, he's literally human garbage. All bad things should happen to him and Hitman Dan.
John needs to be a victim. He needs to be the one that's an amazing person that for some reason everyone wants to shit on, but he puts the victim bait out there. He does things that people go like, you're an idiot. Why are you doing that? But he sees it as a victim, like the thing with his mom and his kids. Don't put your kids out there then.
Right.
But he needs to do that so that when someone rags on his kids, he can go, oh, poor me. Look, they're fucking ragging on my kids.
Bubba, Money in the Bank, after shitwire, kiss ass Cumia. Has never been funny ever.
That's your fucking, that's your opinion, sir. I enjoy going on Shuli's show. They're very funny.
I personally could watch Cumia or even Carl before, believe it or not, if they didn't supercock the sheets wear ass. What the fuck does he have with them naked pictures? Please tell me, KB.
No nudes, no nude pictures. I swear.
Let's get through all the Bubbas because Bubba's a high roller.
Oh, look at
holy
this.
Shit! Do I have to take back the last super chat? Cumia is here. Sweet. Love this shit. Fuck Shuli. Oh, he said something before you got here. And then
This
now
is
you're
like,
here.
John was saying that one of his guys stabbed him in the back by coming on your show. The little guy, the elf guy.
Yeah, Nasty Neil. But now he's on. Then he did my show, and they were all mad.
Yeah.
And now he's doing Shuli's show. They're doing a show right now. Now they're doing Shuli's show, and now I'm like, fuck this guy. I told him I was going to pay him to stick it to fucking John, because John said he got stabbed in the back. This guy he just met did his show, and then he did my show. And John said the guy stabbed him in the back. It's like,
that's stabbing in the back.
John doesn't pay anybody.
No, he doesn't pay anybody. And then, but he was saying it. He said
he expects loyalty from a guy. They get nothing from being on a show. He doesn't even give them any money. Rob Solid just filed for bankruptcy. John could help him out, throw him some money, but John won't. John wouldn't even pay child support until his wife fucking sued him. She had to take him to court. That's how fucking cheap this motherfucker is.
He says it's stabbing him in the back because, but then in the same breath, he said, I would never tell anyone what shows they can or can't do. It's like you just did.
Right.
And like, oh, I won't tell them, but if they do it, I'll call them a fucking piece of shit, asshole, backstabber. And do whoever's fucking show you want. What's wrong with you, motherfuckers?
I don't believe that, but sure.
Yeah, well. Do you get mad if someone goes on someone else's show that was on your show? Well, that's kind of a regular on your show?
Let's put it this way. If somebody does my show and then they want to get paid, then they do someone else's show that doesn't pay, why would I pay them? If they're basically saying their market value is zero, if they'll do shit for zero, why would I pay them? I'd have to be a fucking idiot.
That's a great point. I didn't even think of that. Like, yeah, if you're going on another show for nothing, then you're valuing yourself at nothing. So I will give you what you...
I'd have to be a chump to pay somebody.
Yes. Very good.
Bubba, Anthony, this isn't fake either. By the way, I'm in West Virginia now. What's wrong with West Virginia? Left my fucking ass off. Kidding, Ant. So glad you're on the greatest podcast in history.
Love it. No, me and Kevin, we text back and forth every so often. A few laughs, a few like, hey, happy birthday or Merry Christmas or something. And then it's like, oh, come and do my show. And I did Bob's show. And Bob was like,
Yeah,
oh, you know.
Fuck me. Bob tried to fuck me. This is how dumb these guys are. It's like I compared it to The Sopranos, except not as glamorous, obviously, but it's just like just idiot after idiot trying to like outsmart each other. You're talking about how funny I was opening the champagne cork when Gino lost his channel.
Hilarious.
So Bob's like, you know what? Instead of, because I think I said on my show, since you were saying nice things, maybe I'll have Cumia on. So Bob the next day has you on to stick it to me. And then he wants me to jump on. He wants me to jump on with you two at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, that was early.
He's an idiot. Thank you, Baba. Fuck you, Mr. Cumia. Very important question. Why do your fans make me want to unload a pump shotgun next to my ears until the bad noises go bye-bye?
I don't know. My fans? Yeah. I don't know. Are they even fans anymore? Do we even have fans anymore?
What's the fuck you talking about?
I don't know.
All right, I'm jumping around, everybody. I got to go to yellow and orange, and of course Bubba and reds. Anthony, there's no way anyone can watch that sad sheets wear Uncle Rico every fucking day about John. It's pathetic.
I see.
Listen, man, it's too much. I don't watch it, and plus I personally can't watch John for long. Like if I watch a clip, after 3 minutes, I've had enough. I've had my fill.
Yeah, but it's the shit that is added.
The editing,
the
bells and
by
whistles.
The guys. Yes. There's like a storyline going on.
Anthony Cumia, this is the hottest get of 1997.
Yes, we were pretty big in Boston in 97. This would have been huge.
Okay, I've said this many times on my show, so I'll let you answer it since we already hit the goal. Your boy Gavin thinks that I don't even know how to word this. Jimmy Norton is married.
Yes, to a transgender woman.
And Gavin thinks some people, these people suffer from this. What's your take? What say you?
Yeah. I think that, and I've said this before, Jimmy even had this his wife as a girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever the fuck. I think that the vast majority of transgender, especially these men that think they're women, I think the vast majority are they're we shouldn't even get. But there is probably a very, very small percentage.
And luckily Nikki is in that small percentage.
I guess, look, if you're kind of passable, if you're, you come off, you're dainty like a girl. Like if you put a dress on and just started saying, I'm now Kathy. I'm Kathy Brennan. I'm Kathy Brennan, fucker. Like people would go, that man's a mental pit. They kind of say that now, even without the dress.
Without the wig. Cumia, sit down, Zuma. Cumia, how come the best comics in comedy love me, including your boy Norton, but you and all your no talent ball watchers like Carl, Chrissy, Bill Schultz don't. Carl blows, Gino stinks, E-Rock is terrible.
All right.
Who Carl blows, Gino stay like it's like fuck, marry, kill. Carl, Gino, or E-Rock? Who has the least amount of talent between Carl, Gino, and E-Rock?
Carl, Gino, and E-Rock. Comedically, probably E-Rock. He's not like a comic or anything.
Is E-Rock a buffoon?
No. E-Rock is I think he's a little spectrumy. E-Rock has some great talents besides eating that I think translate well into a geeky, nerdy podcast that he does. But it's not for everybody, obviously. But and this, like, how come comics and comedy love me, including your boy Norton? It's not. See, there's a difference between loving someone and just not really paying them any mind. In this universe of the Dabbleverse, Chad is kind of an asshole guy. People don't like him. And it's like, well, you guys don't like me, but look at these guys love me. They don't love you. You're just there. You're just there. It's like saying you love a fire hydrant. You walk out and it's there. You just don't see it. You don't notice it. You don't care about it. But if you
You're gonna love a
go on
fire
a
hydrant.
show where their show is based on hating fire hydrants, then you're going to think everyone hates you. So
Yeah, there is an element of professional wrestling here, and Chad's like a professional heel.
yeah, all these guys are a little narcissistic, if you ask me, too. It's like you live in a little dabble-verse bubble, and the people that shit on you, you really think they care enough to shit on you. No, it's, I got 5-10 minutes left in a show. I got to put something up there. Oh, this guy's a douchebag. So,
That's for the real Chad, by the way, as far as I know.
Oh, yeah.
Allen. Hey, Anthony, big fan. Love your Kirk Douglas watching behind the candelabra impression. Also, Kate Meany claims you tried to DM her multiple times to hook up. Is she lying?
Yeah, I never DM'd her to hook up. I did. We went out one night years ago after Chrissy's show. We were just hanging out at Sullivan's, and then decided to go to, which is funny, a strip club, which is what John did, and just went to the strip club. I went in, got like a lap dance. I came out, and she had already left. But yeah, it wasn't. That was really the only contact we ever had. I have heard things from Kate about John, which is interesting. I don't know if those will come out somewhere else. I certainly aren't. I'm not going to be the one that spills the beans. But no, we haven't had any hookups or relationship, or I'm not DMing her to hook up. Hope that satisfies your $9.99.
I will definitely get. It was only $10. Don't worry about it. Bubba, yeah. I will definitely give Anthony a shot. What's Anthony's podcast name? You have stepped up, finally be on MLC for sure.
Oh my goodness! Of course, I'm on censored.tv. Just remember censored.tv.
You up to do a plug?
Yeah, right. Of course, my ex though, Anthony Cumia on Twitter X. That's all the info you need about me is right there. You'll find out what a horrible racist piece of shit I am.
Okay, I've said this many times. So, people say, they say, Kevin hates his brother Neil. And, right. It's like when the whole thing started, like the first time I went on Opie and Jimmy and I was talking about my brother, and Florentine was there, and Florentine's like, oh, the fans are going to love this.
Yeah.
And I texted Neil. I go, Neil, I kind of threw you under the bus a little bit today to sell some tickets at the Stress Factory, and then he went nuts. And then I was like, fuck him, fuck him. And then,
wow.
And then it just, and now it's, it's taken a life of itself. So my point is, is that what happened with you and black people? Did it start out as like a bit at the Opie and Anthony, and you and Patrice would fight about, and you and Bill Burr would fight, and then it just took a life of its own?
I don't know. I think
it got bigger and bigger, and then you got to a point of you couldn't turn back.
No, I know you're right. It was just the point of no return. I reached the event horizon, the precipice.
No, you can't go like, hey, well, I was at work. I really love black people. And you're sitting around.
I honestly, there are times I'll sit and go, where did this all come from? And I think back, I think my dad had a lot to do with it. My dad used to say some pretty bad things about African Americans. That was when they were called Afro Americans, I think. But, and then I remember being like 6 years old, and my brother was about 7, and we set a hill in our development on fire where there was a horse stable and stuff. And we set it on fire, and the fire department showed up. And we're standing there, and a fireman was picking me up because I was 6. And he goes, did you see who did this? 6 years old. I said, yeah, it was Negroes. Negroes did it. So, dude, genetics, DNA, how at 6 would I automatically know, like, blame it on black people back in the 60s?
And you've been doing it for the next 50 years.
And I made a career out of it. I've ruined a career over it.
Black people did it.
Yeah, it just was. Yeah, black people did it at 6 years old. So I don't know. Maybe my dad was just going around the house since I was born, just saying, "Oh, these black people." Not using that.
Laugh when they found out what you said. Did your brother and your dad laugh when you told them, or were they there?
No, they weren't. My brother was there, And I don't even know if he backed up my story. At 7, he's looking at me going, geez, what a piece of shit my younger brother is.
And this is what they're trying to help black people, right? The 60s and 70s.
Oh, it was big. Yeah. But who knows? In that neighborhood, I might have been responsible for the black person. I'm sure, Elwood in Northport, Long Island probably found a black guy and took care of business.
They bring you into the police station. There's like 5 black guys up on the thing.
Yeah, that's him.
It's number 2. And they didn't have the DNA and all that stuff. So they didn't need a great case against a black guy back then. Just young kid going, that's him. That's the Negro that did it.
Yeah, and that's like, I hear these stories about the 1800s and shit. And you're like, oh yeah, people were lynched and put in jail and illegally executed. And it's like, well, they had a witness. It was like, oh, what if it was just, a black person did it? I'm sure it had to have happened.
Oh, sure. What do you mean? It happened like all the time.
Yeah.
That's why like all these guys get released now, and they were in jail for 40 years, and they finally got the DNA. They're like, no, it's not him. And the guy's like, yeah, no, I knew I never did it, but he was in jail for 30 years, man.
Yeah.
They take it way better than I would if I was in jail for 30 years for something I didn't do. I wouldn't be like, yeah, well, I mean, but they got to end up getting a lot from the state or the city or whatever.
Oh yeah, they wind up making money financially, but Jesus, he had to be in prison for 30 years or something. We had some solid evidence through a 6-year-old witness. Oh shit. Yeah, so I don't know where it came from, Kevin. It's just been that way forever.
I just thought maybe it was just if it takes on a life of its own, then it's like I can't all of a sudden take a picture with Neil and go like, right. I really don't like. I think Neil's like I don't like a lot of people at this point. As I get older, it's easy to not like people, but I mean Neil's whatever. I mean I don't trash my brother because of the holidays, but still,
right. But I've had black friends during my life. I've had a few black friends over the course of the years. So I don't know. I just take people on individual basis. I'm not around a lot of black people, so I don't get to assess each one on an individual basis and make them my friends. And like you said, once you get older, you look around and go, I have my friends. I don't want to deal with any new people. That was the toughest part of coming down here to South Carolina because making friends. I don't think I want to make many friends. I don't like new friends at this age. Wow. So black people, I'm not with groups of them enough to pick and choose a couple of good ones. Sounds incredibly racist, but
sounds like you're about ready to play a basketball game. Let me pick up a couple of black guys. For this 3-on-3 game.
Exactly.
Taylor, prepare to get DeVito. Rock Bottom Pod is going to knock MLC out of 11th place in 2025. Yeah, I heard you're doing a campaign. Panhandler, take me down. All right, I'm looking for yellows. I've got some questions for Anthony. Here's the first multiple choice. Which was the bigger financial mistake? Paying Gino, compensating Gino, finding Gino, or do all of the above?
That's hilarious. Come on.
Do you have any regrets, like Frank Sinatra said in that song?
I've had a few. Yes, there was a couple. Not really regrets. I don't think you could really regret or use the word regret for things that happen while you're doing something you don't know anything about. Like getting Compound Media going, having an ex-NYP lieutenant running the show. It was bound to have be a comedy of errors without much of the comedy part. So, it happened. It was what it was. I think it was 10 really fun years. And, mistakes. Yeah. Here's what I probably should have done when Aaron left. I probably either should have replaced Aaron with somebody or not given Gino Aaron's pay. I doubled Gino's pay when Aaron left. But
wait, you gave him all the money, all the loot?
Yes. The budget for their show was split between Gino and Aaron. And then when Aaron left, I just said, yeah, keep it all. Fuck it.
That's insane.
It is insane. But, you know, I like
Crazy Eddie. These prices are insane.
I like Gino. I like hanging out. And
Yeah, but
drinking with him.
so then Gino. Oh my God,
Almost
Gino
killed me.
No, but
Almost kills me with whiskey.
yeah, but then Gino must have think like this is the greatest thing I've ever done, running off Ehrenberg.
The only good part is it made it that much more painful when he was fired.
That's what I'm saying. So it set himself up. For a while, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to him.
Yes.
And then he lost his gig, and now he's like, what the fuck am I going to do now?
It's a hard gig to replace financially, I would think. But Gino's
Yeah, but no one's going to pay him. I mean, who's going to pay him to do what you paid him to do?
He's a strapping young Italian man. He'll do fine.
He won't. He won't.
He won't.
That's my prediction.
Look, I'm certainly not making what I was making at NEW or Sirius XM satellite radio. You know, losing those gigs, I understand what it's like to lose
you put money away. You didn't live in East Harlem when you worked at Sirius Satellite Radio. Across the room, the projects like the Jeffersons.
Point taken.
I'm moving on up.
Moving on up. Yeah.
Good one, Stokely. KB, we got to. The ladies don't have as much money, but she's got $5. This rules. What's up, Pissy Eyes?
Pissy Eyes. Kay, how you doing? Yeah, my dad called me Pissy Eyes when I would cry. I cried a lot as a kid.
Bubba, thanks. I think we already read this. Bubba's been very good to the show.
Oh, here's another multiple choice.
Oh, this is from Stokely again. Anthony, multiple choice. Did you smell Jim's fingers or Nikki's? Did they smell like A, poop, B, tuna McNuggets, D, C, Don Jameson, or D, I shouldn't have picked Gino?
You guys are fucking ruthless, man.
Yeah, but let's go to Chris Baldessano. How do you say his name?
Chris Baldessano, yes.
Did I get it right? To be fair, we're still kind of in the Kevin Brennan business. We just took the home office and moved it from Manhattan to Punji, India. Cheaper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could downsize the business, I guess.
No, I mean, I didn't care. Listen, it worked out for me. Because the whole thing, like you don't know the timeline, not that you care, but the whole thing, Gino actually doxing me worked out because what happened was because of the fight, you know, when you had to black out the studio, thanks to me.
Yes. Oh,
and then you wouldn't let us in the next couple of Thursdays because you weren't there. You were in Chicago one time or wherever you were. So you didn't want to be there you didn't want me and Levy showing up on a Thursday. Right, you were afraid of what might happen, and you know if Gino was there or whatever. So then, for a couple of weeks, we weren't there. So Levy says we should go live on YouTube to stick it to them or whatever. And I was like, okay, we had nothing to lose. I didn't have to leave my house, and the rest is history. Now I'm killing it thanks to Gino.
You made your own thing. Sometimes you know the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes. Nice, gifted 20 more. Fast 40 for today. That is nice.
Wow.